Hello, iHeart listener. We have a confession to make. Both iHeart and this commercial you're listening to right now would probably sound a heck of a lot better on the new Roku Pro Series TV. It's got side-firing speakers that fill your room with sound, Dolby Atmos audio that puts you right in the middle of the entertainment, and the ability to pair seamlessly with your home theater sound systems that already have surround sound and booming bass. If all that sounds too good to be true, it'll sound even better on the new Roku Pro Series. Your hearing isn't better, your TV is.
Yeah, if that last segment offended you, I am really, really sorry. Please email our management at yourmom@iheartradio.yourmom.com. It's John, Jay, and Rich.
We are doing something new on Sunday. We're dropping a new podcast. It's going to be on our John, Jay, and Rich On Demand podcast. Right now, the working title is Couples Therapy. Since all four of us are in relationships, we're all going to take turns every Sunday being in a new podcast. And this Sunday, it's Rich and his wife, Stacy. So, since this is new, we thought if you have questions for Rich and Stacy, go to Facebook. Did you already post it on a Facebook page?
Yeah, it's already on Facebook. It'll be up on the Instagram stories too, with like the little questions tab, so you can leave questions there.
Oh, good. And then you'll forward them all to Rich and Stacy, and they're going to do a podcast. I don't know if you're taping it tonight.
We are actually, and if you have questions specifically for Stacy, I call her Hot Take, because she has a hot take on literally everything in our lives. It doesn't really matter. I mean, you've seen it wherever we are. She has a hot take on whatever experience that we're having.
I love how Stacy speaks because she's so smart. The words just flow freely.
Yeah, it's going to be great to hear it. So the first one is this Sunday, and then, Peyton and Kadeem are going to do one. Kyle and Fish are going to do one. Blake and I are going to do one. We might even go with everybody else behind the scenes do one. So right now, that's our working title, Couples Therapy, and it starts this Sunday. Now, Peyton, what happened to you this morning with your car?
Well, I thought my car got stolen this morning when I went to go literally to my parking spot where my car is always at. It wasn't there. And then it dawned on me that I had to park literally across the apartment complex because they're redoing like our roads and stuff. And the way that our apartment complex has decided to block off all of the parking spots is so inconvenient. I literally live on the backside of the complex, and I had to hike all the way at 5 o'clock this morning in the dark by myself to the front of the apartment complex. I get there and then realize my car isn't there either, and I'd completely forgotten where I parked my car.
Oh no, that's the worst.
So I started doing laps around my apartment complex. I ended up finding it, but I definitely got my steps in this morning. So
did you do the little alarm thing? Beep, beep.
No,
beep,
it's 5 o'clock
beep.
in the morning, and like my complex like is not big. There's probably 200 residents. Like it's not very big, but it's like it was like a wide wraparound. But so I didn't want to wake anyone up. That's why I didn't do the beep.
Well, you're
so
very nice to do
You're
that.
a nice neighbor.
That feeling when you like think your car's gone. Because like I've had that feeling here at the office when like I usually park in the same side, almost in the same spot every day, but every once in a while all the spots are taken and I park on the other side. Every time. It gets me every time. I'm like, where's my car? And your heart just drops, and then you're like, I feel dumb.
It's like a second of like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I parked over
there.
Yeah. Speaking of Kyle, what's going on with your whole food logging thing? Because I know you were asking about my fitness pal the other day. You were like, first of all, why is this part of the New Year's resolution?
No, I mean, it probably should have been. I didn't really have no, not really part of a New Year's resolution. More part of like, it's almost summertime and I gained a lot of weight and I don't like how my clothes are fitting and I stepped in the scale and I weigh more than I ever have. So at that moment, I was like, I got to do something different. So my husband, who at one point was down to like 3% body fat, he knows what he's doing when he's like trying to shed weight or build muscle or whatever. So he's a really good source of like knowledge for this kind of stuff. But I can't take it from him for whatever reason. I don't know. I think it's like, it's like you can't take advice from those that are closest to you for whatever reason. So I was telling him that, I've been logging my food and I feel like I've gotten to the point where I'm really proud of myself because the first day I started doing it, I was way over the calories. And I was like, okay, I just have to shift some things. So I changed the type of yogurt I eat. I changed a couple of things here and there. And I'm just like snacking on candy less, which alone can help, obviously. And so I thought like he would be giving me a pat on the back, like, way to go. Like yesterday, I was only 1 calorie over what I'm supposed to be.
That's amazing.
Right. And he's like, let me look at your macros. And I was like, why? Are you going to make me feel bad about what I'm actually eating? And he's like, let me just take a look. He looks and then he's just silent. And I'm like, are you going to say something? He's like, no, it's fine. I'm like, okay, now you have to say whatever it is you're thinking, because I know it's obviously like something not great, right? And he's like, well, when I look at your macros, you should probably just try to at least eat more protein than fats. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do that right now. I'm still working on calories. I'm still trying to figure out my life.
One step at a time.
The macro people are in the same
I'm
thing.
just to work on my life.
He's like, that's why I wasn't going to say anything. And then I go back in like at the end of the day and I like tab on over to the macros part, and it's like, oh, the fat is a lot more than the protein. I guess I'll probably try to start doing that now.
That's no fair, because stuff like salad dressing is delicious. It's what makes the protein taste good.
But for me, it's like, I said, go back and look. Like, you know, when I came around, I was like, take a look at what I'm actually eating. Like, where's all this fat coming from? And it's the meat that I'm eating.
Oh,
like,
really?
I'm eating ground turkey and like
That's fat?
hamburgers and like. Yeah, he's like, well, we need to start getting, instead of the 80-20 ground beef, we need to start getting the
93.7.
93.7. Yeah.
Wild.
And
It's
I
just
guess
that
apparently in the
little
turkey
tiny thing.
burger,
That little tiny
I
thing.
know.
It's turkey. I figured
It's turkey.
I so don't want to hear this right now.
I know. I didn't either. I
It's
didn't
the
either.
worst.
Turkey?
Turkey.
Like, I thought he was it, man. You're eating too much bread. You're eating too much pasta. You're eating too much avocados. You're eating too many peanuts. Peanut butter. Lay off the peanut butter. Turkey?
Turkey. I know. That's why I didn't want to hear it either, especially from him. But like at the same time, I know he knows what he's doing. I know he's probably right when he looks at that and says that to me. But there's just something about it where I'm just like,
Yeah, you don't want to hear it from him.
No, he's legit. I remember when he got down to 3% body fat. It was pre-MyFitnessPal, and he wrote down everything he ate every day. I feel like for a couple of years, right?
he ate the exact same thing for breakfast, exact same thing for lunch, exact same thing for dinner for over a year.
I could do that.
I could not do that. I could not do that.
I love that. Anyway, that's crazy, man. Again, the New Couples Podcast. Go to Facebook, search John, Jay, and Rich, or Instagram, John, Jay, and Rich, and leave any questions for Rich and Stacy. They'll answer them tonight and drop the podcast on Sunday.
You come for the John, Jay, and Rich, but let's be honest, you stay for Kyle and Peyton. It's John, Jay, and Rich.
It's time for Spring Break Bust. This is where we have boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, wives check in on their boyfriends, girlfriends, kids that are on spring break. Jose, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
What are we doing for you? Who are we checking in on?
I was just calling to check in on my daughter and her friends. They're all staying at our cabin for spring break this week in Tahoe. Normally we rent it out as an Airbnb, but she convinced my wife and I to let her and a few of her friends go up there. I just want to make sure she hasn't burned the place down, you know? Like, she's really good at convincing us to do things, but I don't know how she's going to be at keeping her friends under control at the house and all that, make sure the cabin's still standing. We got a lot of memories there, you know?
Like, how many total kids are in there?
Oh gosh, I think 5 plus like her childhood friend, my best friend's son. Yeah, I think so. I think that's right.
Ooh, so guys and girls in said cabin. Oh la la! Ooh. How do you feel about that, Jose?
Anybody other than Rob, I would be a no to. But I mean, they've known each other since they were little kids, so it's not a problem at all.
What's your daughter's name?
Bella.
All right. We're going to get her on the phone and ask her to be a reporter. Is Tahoe a big spring break destination? I have partied there once, by the way.
I know a lot of people go there for like the summertime, so I wouldn't be shocked if there was some stuff going on in spring break.
Well, I mean, your parents have a cabin there.
Right.
Like,
It's a party. It's a party
You will
anywhere.
make it a party.
Right.
Yeah.
I went there, parked my car at a hotel. I was with my wife, and I left the car on and went inside and gambled and got drunk and woke up the next morning and left the key in the car with the car on and had to wait for it to run out of gas.
Oh, no.
That's part of what I remember from that trip.
That's terrible.
All right, we're going to call Bella. We're going to ask her to be our spring break reporter, Jose. And what you do is you stay quiet, okay? But we're going to take a quick break, so make sure we can get her on the phone right now to make sure she's down to be our reporter. So hang tight. A dad checking in on a daughter, you guys.
Bad news.
What could go wrong?
Spring break bust continues next with John, Jay, and Rich.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have supervision, enhanced hearing, extraordinary reflexes, to be, dare we say, superhuman? Well, Roku's new Pro Series TV can't do any of that for you. But with a 4K screen, side-firing speakers, and a blazing fast refresh rate, It'll sure feel like it. Elevate your entertainment using all your favorite apps like iHeart and play all your music, radio, and podcasts with the new Roku Pro Series. Your senses aren't better. Your TV is.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
John, Jay, and Rich.
We're in the middle of spring break bust. It's John, Jay, and Rich. You got Jose on the line. He wants to check in on his daughter, who's celebrating spring break in Lake Tahoe, staying at their cabin, which is usually an Airbnb, but they decided not to rent it so that his daughter Bella and some friends could go there. We know she's with 5 or 6 people. One of them is a guy named Rob, but Rob's a cool dude, right? Rob, you've known your whole life, right, Jose?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let me check in.
My best friend's son.
Best friend's son, okay. All right. Hey, Nick, what's up with Bella? Is she cool to be a reporter?
Yeah, she sounds ready. She does seem to have had a wild night last night, though.
Okay. All right. Hey, Jose, you stay quiet, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Hey, Bella, you're cool to be our spring break reporter?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks for jumping on the air with us. So we've had reporters in Cancun, San Diego, Cabo, Miami, Palm Springs. We have not had anybody report for us from Tahoe. So that's cool that you're willing to jump on the air with us. And normally what we do is we want to find out what the vibe is, like where you're staying, who you're with, and kind of what's been going on the last couple days.
Well, spring break has been so much fun, probably the best one we've had. We're staying in the comfort of my cabin, so we've really let loose. And as the spring break reporter, I have all the tea.
That's what we want. That's what we want. Okay.
Go, Bella.
So I've been spending time with actually one of my childhood best friends, and our parents are best friends too. And the other day, oh my gosh, I was changing, and it was like the first day here, and he's my bestie. His name's Rob, but he like walked in on me, and I think it was an accident. We were both tipsy, and we ended up laughing about it. But he was like he started telling me how hot I was, and how he's like always had a thing for me, but he didn't ever want to let me know or whatever. But he asked me if I would like be down to just like finish getting undressed for him, and I was like, oh God. I was like, what? But I was also drunk, and he was cute, so I was like, screw it, and why not? But now it's like turned into an everyday thing, and I just like to strip for him and like put on a show while he like handles his business. You know what I mean? But like I have a boyfriend, so I've never touched him. But yeah, because that would be cheating. But like
that would be cheating.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like a fun side project kind of thing. I don't know.
Weird gray area.
Yeah, I feel like it's just been crazy. Like everyone else is hooking up with each other, and so I feel like what we're doing is just like the ABCs. I don't know, and they're all like on Molly and just hooking up, and I don't know. That's like normal for my friends, though. But
okay, just so I can understand completely, you're not getting intimate with him. You're not kissing him. You're not touching him.
Yeah.
So every day, like, does he just say to you, "Hey, Bella, can we go to the back room for 20 minutes?" Like, how does he? Because it's just friends. Like, how does that conversation take place?
It's been at random times, but like we kind of just catch a vibe.
And are you? It sounds like you're kind of having fun doing it.
Oh, totally. Yeah. Like it's like we're on spring break, and this is like, it's kind of natural to explore, and I just feel like, it's kind of silly. Like, it's like a new funny thing about our friendship,
Funny thing.
Yeah.
What?
You're good.
This is just this thing that we do.
Do you
where we
just strip in front of him, or like, are you like, I don't know, like what's a nut? Is you like you're just a stripper at a club, or do you do anything else?
Just basic. It's just, I don't know. It's not like so serious.
Bella.
But like,
Bella,
Totally
what
forgot he
on
was
earth are you talking about? You and Rob? Are you serious right now? Dad. You and Rob, that's disgusting, Bella. You're telling me you've been messing around with Rob, my best friend's son? It's like your brother. Bella, how did this even happen? I'm sick to my stomach thinking about
I didn't mean
it.
for it to happen. It was a mistake. And I was drunk. And we were just having fun. Oh, my God.
But now it's a tradition.
I'm sorry. I don't want to disappoint you. But
Disappointment, Bella. Disappointment is an understatement. You're doing this while you have a boyfriend. Are you?
It's spring
you're
break.
Your
We're
mind?
just having fun.
What happened to all that talk about being loyal? How could you?
Okay.
You can have fun without crossing the line.
Well, wait a minute.
Doesn't
hold
sound
on.
like she's crossing the line.
Wouldn't you rather?
Does that?
Yeah, not in my brain. My brain, I think Rob. I'm so excited for Rob. This sounds like so fun. It sounds so kinky.
I
and
feel like
non-committal.
no, that sounds so awkward. Like, I'm not a man, but like from the conversations I've had with men, like that's like a shameful thing to do. Like, and then to do it in front of your childhood best friend, gross.
Okay, but also, like, if you're Jose, you're thinking, like, this is totally going to ruin the whole dynamic. Like,
Yeah.
our families hang out and do stuff all the time.
Right.
Now he's going to have to see Rob and know that Rob's just checking out his daughter
Right.
naked the whole time.
But
Like,
if it wasn't on Spring Break Bus on the radio, it wouldn't be. Nobody would know. Just them two.
That's true.
Just them
but
two.
now we know.
But what if it turns into a marriage?
I think it's kind of erotic. I don't think there's anything. I mean, if it turns into marriage, okay. But I just
Well,
feel
wouldn't it
like-
be a great thing to talk about at the wedding is how we started our
Okay,
romance?
as a wedding guest, I don't want to know this story.
But to have that kind of a cool relationship with a friend, I think is awesome.
No way. I look at my guy best
You
friends,
would.
and that's disgusting.
What if they weren't in
would.
relationships? Let's say neither one of them was in a relationship. It's fun. That's kind of fun. Rich knows.
that
Rich and I've
leading,
been,
though?
Rich and I've been through this many times.
Yeah.
We go speak somewhere in San Diego. For the
Everybody
radio
loves
people.
my dancing.
Yeah.
I mean, Dad, I didn't want to hurt anyone, especially you. Obviously, like, you weren't meant to know all of this, but I didn't think it was that serious, and I didn't think it would, like, turn into this.
I can't even wrap my head around this, Bella. It's like, what is this, an episode of White Lotus? This isn't just one mistake.
It's
We're,
pretty
like,
close.
ruining our families. You've known Rob forever, and now you're telling me this? I thought he was like family. You've got a boyfriend.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I didn't think it would go far in any way. I just was trying to have fun with my friends.
She didn't have sex with him. I mean, it is safe what they did. They're friends. They're safe. I mean, it's sad
just
that
lead
Dad
to
knows.
drama.
Yeah.
Like, if Dad wasn't listening, we would just be going, "Oh my God, that's crazy. That's whatever."
We might also go, oh my gosh, don't you think that's going to like lead to some awkwardness and affect your friendship? Maybe.
I'm trying to look at the glass half full.
Of course you are.
It is a very
This
full
is the
glass.
greatest thing ever.
And like not us just glazing over the fact that everyone else there is like hooking up and doing Molly.
She said that's just normal.
She said that's what they do. So
Good
She's
catch,
not
Peyton.
hooking up with a stranger.
Yep.
We've heard spring break busts that are way worse than this.
right.
This
Like,
is just
That's true.
Yeah.
good old fun.
Jose,
what if
could
they
be
never?
worse.
What if her and Rob after spring break they never do this again? It's just that one
Right.
thing in spring break that happened that one time.
at least you know Rob. You know he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Dad,
I won't be seeing Rob anymore, that's for sure.
You'll
Or-
see Rob.
Yeah.
what if you see Rob and now he's like that's the thing he does when he sees people in your family?
Jose's gonna start
Hey,
stripping
Jose!
Jose, I'm going to need you to continue undressing.
Stripping
Oh
down.
my gosh. Wait, Jose, are you going to tell Rob's parents? You can't tell
No.
them. You got to keep this a secret.
They all listen to this show.
No.
They're all going to know.
No.
Well, thank them for us.
Well, now I feel bad.
Yeah, now I'm like, dang.
Tell him to skip today.
Yeah, tell him don't listen to during this time.
Take him out to breakfast when this runs.
All right. When do you come home, Bella?
Where do I what?
When do you come home?
Tomorrow.
Okay, well, then just pretend this never happened.
One more time.
All right? Yeah, you got one more night.
One more dance. One more song.
One more night of him shaking hands with Mr. Happy.
Thanks. I appreciate the support.
All right. That's a spring break bust with John T and Rich.
Stop just yelling at the radio. Call us 877-937-1047. It's John Jay and Rich.
Good morning. Is your name Dara or Dara?
Dara. It's Dara. You got it the first time. Yeah.
All right, Dara. All right, so we're going to play a game. Nick, what's the game we're playing?
You guys are playing a brand new game today. You know I like to theme my games.
Yeah.
This game is called Brother, Who Art Thou? And it's based on famous brothers.
And this is for Jonas Brothers tickets.
Yeah.
Oh,
You did it.
That's the theme. That's how you're theming it. Got it.
It's a silly thing, guys. It's so silly.
Clever.
I'm going to play a clip, and you have to tell me who the brothers are in said clip. They could be real. They could be fictional. And if there's multiple brothers, you have a chance for multiple points.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So we'll start things off with John Jay.
Jackson 5.
Yeah.
Tito. Jermaine. Michael. Lenny.
I'm not sure Lenny's one of them.
Carl.
But that's pretty good. That's pretty good. 3 points for John Jay in the first round of Brother, Who Art Thou?
Very good.
Rich.
I can't think of any. Oh, Marlon. Okay, go ahead.
Randy,
right.
Are you sure you wouldn't rather just punch your way out? If you keep speaking, I just might.
Ooh, if you keep speaking, I just might. Which brothers are there? That's a Hemsworth brother.
Okay.
Am I right?
Yes.
Chris and Liam
John Jay.
Hemsworth.
Mm-hmm. But in the clip specifically.
John Jay.
Go ahead, John Jay.
Thor and Loki.
Of Asgard. Yes.
That's tricky.
Real or fictional?
That was tricky.
I'm a trickster, you guys. That's what everybody calls me. They call me Nick the Trick.
Nick the Trick.
Everybody's always calling me that.
Everybody.
Peyton?
Pizza Dude's got 30 seconds.
I don't know who that is.
Okay.
Can I hear it again?
Pizza Dude's got 30 seconds.
Can we steal?
Yeah, because I have no
Go
clue
ahead,
what
Kyle.
this is.
Kyle for the steal. That's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, all brothers.
Yeah.
Leonardo, Michelangelo, Raphael, and Donatello.
Yeah.
No, I hear it perfectly.
I don't think I've ever seen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So
Is that Raph? A little too Raph.
Feels like you should maybe train a little harder when you know Nick's games are coming.
Hey, my bad.
Okay.
I fumbled on that one.
So Kyle gets 4 points there,
Dang,
and
girl.
now it's her turn.
Okay, these are the Hanson brothers.
Yeah.
But I don't know any of their names.
Oh, no.
So, okay, so one of them is Kevin. One of them is Derek.
Okay.
One of them is Leo.
Okay. Well, those are not correct answers. We were looking for Zach or Isaac or the other one, Taylor.
Okay.
Taylor is the last one's
but I got
name.
Hanson
Yeah,
brothers.
you did get, I mean, it's fine enough, I guess.
right.
4 points either way, Kyle, so you're doing great. Dara, you ready?
I'm so ready.
You better be.
I am.
Have a sweet life. Most of the time. You and me got the world to see.
So come on down.
Me like Zach and Cody, baby.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dylan and Cole Sprouse.
I would have also accepted Dylan and Cole
Why didn't you
Sprouse.
give me that clip? I know all the words.
Listen, I have got a real nail biter for you coming, Peyton.
Okay.
So after one round, Kyle actually in the lead, John Jay in second, and it's John Jay's turn.
It's too complicated and noisy.
Yeah, it is both of those things, and their cat speaks French.
So are they brothers?
They are
Oh,
brothers.
they are. That's Stewie and Chris.
Stewie and Chris
Family Guy.
Griffin from Family Guy. Way to go, John Jay. 2 points there, taking the lead. He's got 5 now. Rich!
Only from FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. A little stiff. What, do you got a job interview? I'm doing the FanDuel Kick of Destiny 3 live Super Bowl Sunday.
That is Peyton Manning and his brother Not Archie Manning.
He's won 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, that's
Put
the
some
other Manning.
respect on his name,
It's to play for the
Richie.
Giants.
Oh my
Peyton and
God.
Eli.
2 points for Rich. Way to go. That was the Manning brothers. Just so proud of you, Rich. Peyton. Oh.
Okay.
She looks confused in the studio, guys. I'm a little worried.
I feel like that's something like wrestling or something,
Okay.
or I don't know.
Well, work it out.
I mean, no, how?
Okay. Are you throwing in the towel?
No.
All right.
I'm not
Everybody
throwing
in the room
towel.
knows who it is. Okay. 3, 2, 1. The Brothers of Destruction, Kane and the Undertaker.
So I was close.
You were right. It was wrestling.
It was wrestling.
Games are supposed to be fun, and this is not fun when you rig the game.
They're fun for some of us. Peyton, goose egg.
Okay.
Kyle,
Also rigged.
Kyle, currently in second place. Here's your clip.
How much to wait a half hour to get my name spelled wrong on the cup?
Nobody wants a goat milk double half calf soy milk cap. You could just brew it. It's beans and water.
Oh, damn.
That would be the Affleck brothers, Ben and Casey.
Yeah! Commanding lead, Miss Kyle Unfug. Way to go. 6 points. Dara, it's your the suspense is killing everyone in the studio. Here you go.
To the year 3000. Not much has changed, but they lived underwater.
Go with Nick, Kevin, and Joe.
Whoa!
Joe.
Whoa! The Jonas Brothers.
Wait, can I
know the bonus Jonas?
I do. I want to get the bonus Jonas for the bonus point since I have a goose egg in this game.
Okay, I'm just waiting then. Just
No, I was going to let Dara have it.
Dara, do you know the answer?
Oh, yeah, no, let's go. Let's do it. Wait, what was the... I'm sorry.
You know the last Jonas brother.
My hands are all sweaty. Wait, the other Jonas brother?
The last Jonas brother. The last one.
Oh, my gosh. I know his name. I am so obsessed with them. I think I'm just too excited. What's his name?
Frankie. Frankie Jonas.
It is Frankie.
All right, hold on till I will set you up, Dara. Thanks for listening.
Thank you guys so much.
You got it.
Hey, don't tell anybody. John Jay and Rich gave me their personal cell phone number.
Where's my freaking phone?
877-937-1047. It's John Jay and Rich.
It's John Jay and Rich. Shoot us a text. Text JJR to 96893. And whatever you want to say to 96893. Maybe you've got something you could participate in what I'm about to present to you guys. You can also call us at 877-937-1047. So, this is what the internet should be used for. There's a thread on Reddit where people are describing their fart using a movie title. And Rich, you said A Quiet Place. Wicked. Days of Thunder. Fast and Furious. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Pitch Perfect. And the number one answer is Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Oh my gosh, ew.
Get Out would be a good one because there's more room out there.
That's a good one, yeah.
Get Out's a
Gone
good
with the
one.
Wind.
Mine, I was going to say Wreck-It Ralph.
That's funny.
But, anybody else? No? Can't think. Okay. Anyway, if you have one, call us at 877-937-1047. So it's spring cleaning time. And I saw this list also on Reddit about the top things that guests notice that can make your place seem gross. And then I realized, Rich, something like that happened to you. Before I go over this list, what happened to you?
There was I want to be careful because I'm going to out the people whose house this is. They live really close to my house on my same street, and they were having a party over the weekend that Stacy and I got invited to, but we couldn't go. We had another event. So Stacy said, why don't we stop by right before we leave just to kind of say hello to people? And so we did. And when we get there, they were not ready for the party, really. You know, we got there at that time where people are getting dressed and they're still putting out drinks. And one of the things that I don't know, I think this is a girl thing now that I don't think any guy is really impressed with. And that is when your main food is the charcuterie board, I am not impressed because that means you don't have real food. If you want, you want to have a party, you should have some barbecue or something there.
Right, you don't want finger
food.
food.
Not just finger food, but I mean, it's not my party. I'm not staying. So I go and I talk to the husband and I'm helping him carry in a couple of drinks. And so The charcuterie board is laid out on this pretty high counter, and it's big. So they're expecting, 50, 60 people, something like that. And there's things that I even question, like shrimp on there, because I'm like, people aren't coming for another hour, and you've got shrimp out. The charcuterie board is just suspect to me. I think in 5 years, you're going to hear about how that killed a bunch of people. But anyway, so
Rich has real problems with charcuterie boards.
Especially now, what I'm about to tell you. So I go to help load the drinks, and I hear Stacy yell, "No! Bananas," which is the name of this old cat that jumped up on the charcuterie board and ate some of the shrimp off the charcuterie board. So she grabs the cat after a couple of seconds and takes the cat off the kitchen and puts it, I guess they put it in a different bedroom. So we leave and we go to the party, and then later Stacy said that they did not throw out the charcuterie board. They just left it out there for the guests.
Well, Peyton just covered her mouth.
Well, I think that's disgusting.
I do too.
I think that, and as someone that has had a cat before, you have to be very, very clean because cat hair gets everywhere. Same with dogs. But you guys remember just a couple months ago when I said I don't eat at potlucks because you don't know what people do at their house.
That's right.
That's exactly why. That is disgusting to me.
On the flip side, it doesn't bother me.
Me either. I had a cat before. I grew up with cats, and we used to let them walk all over the kitchen table when we would eat. They'd be up there. You give them a little pet. What's up? What's up?
I know exactly.
I can't.
It doesn't bother me at all.
Look
My
at
mom's
Peyton.
cat will jump up on the counter sometimes, and she's like, "Oh, Aspen, get down!" And I'm like, "It's fine. Come here, Aspen. You're all right."
I was telling you guys that our dog Pablo knocked over a couple of hamburger patties I made for my wife, and they fell on the floor, and he was trying to eat, and I grabbed them and I put them back on the plate, and I was going to throw them away, but I waited until I let Blake know that I made her hamburgers, and then I went back and I was like, I'm going to eat these hamburgers. And I went back, but there was hair on them.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I feel
but
like
I was
if there's
they
hair on
wouldn't have
them,
hair
that's
on
where you draw the line.
it was on the floor, and the dog took a half a bite. I still would have done it.
I might be okay if it was my cat, but if it's my neighbor's cat or somebody's cat you don't know, and I've seen the cat is kind of a little busted anyway.
You know what's funny for me? When you told that story, say exactly what Stacy said that you heard her say.
She wrote, "Oh no, bananas!"
And you went, "No, bananas!"
Yeah.
And I thought someone handed her a milkshake.
I thought they had
like,
bananas.
No, milkshake.
No, the cat's name is
no,
bananas.
Me too, Kyle. I thought that someone put bananas on the charcuterie board, and she was saying no because they're going to brown. By the time the people are going to get there, they're going to be brown.
No, but the shocking part is,
you don't put bananas on the charcuterie board.
we're driving home from our event. I'm like, I assume they threw away that food, right? And it's quiet in the car, and she's like, "No, they did not." I was drove off. They let people eat that?
Is that where
so
I saw on your you rarely post on stories, so when you do post, I go, "Oh, what did Rich post?" And I saw you say that she got there's a couple things in the video. One is you were wearing a shirt with no sleeves, which made me uncomfortable. And then the other one was, you said that Stacy bought a karaoke machine.
I was so excited. I thought we were going to have karaoke night at the house. She got unwrapping the karaoke machine, and she was testing it out last night, which is what my video was. Because what you were hearing every now and then was a really loud feedback. Hello, hello, hello. So that's what I was trying to capture, is her set up the karaoke machine. But it's not for us to have fun. It's for some pageant thing she's got to do. She wants to make announcements.
Bummer.
So we were going to bed last night. I said, I think it would be great. I've played guitar for you so often in this house. I think it would be great every now and then, like at bedtime, if you bust out a show tune.
Would you like that? Because, okay.
I would like that.
We have a karaoke machine at our house, and sometimes, I don't really do it as much anymore, but my son, he really enjoys it, so he'll want to get the microphones out and he'll whatever. And Scott used to always sort of participate and hang out, and now I've noticed he just leaves. And I'm like, oh, okay. You're telling me physically how you feel about this without actually saying it.
I want it to happen. I think it'd be fun. I mean, one show tune. I don't need a whole night of show tunes.
So when you go home, do you change clothes out of radio show clothes to hang out?
I just got back from a walk.
Yeah, it was uncomfortable.
Do you wear what you wear to work when you go hike with
All
your
the
friend?
time.
Jeans and your shirt?
No, I just changed my shorts, but I'll put on the shirt, whatever shirt I have on, or I'll even sleep in this shirt and wear it in the morning.
No.
Hey, dummy, if you get free roses, it's a trap. War of the Roses starts right now on John, Jay, and Rich.
Time for War of the Roses. Amanda thinks somebody's cheating on her. We're going to talk to Amanda, find out why she thinks that, then we're going to call the person. Amanda, is it your husband or is it your boyfriend? Who is it?
Hey, so it's my husband.
Okay, so we want to hear your story. Then we're going to call your husband and we're going to say, hey, man, who do you want to send these flowers to? Hopefully, he sends them to you, Amanda. So what's your story?
So I was doing a deep cleaning of my house the other day, deep spring cleaning, flipping up all the cushions and vacuuming underneath. And so I'm washing the sheets on the bed, and I decided to flip the mattress. And underneath the mattress, I found something that just has me completely sick to my stomach. It is a belly button ring, which is definitely not mine. I haven't had my belly button pierced in probably over 15 years. So where did it come from? Because it sure as hell didn't just magically appear in our mattress. So my husband, though, he's been acting completely normal. I will say nothing seems off, no weird behavior. Well, okay, no weird behavior this time, but here's the thing that's got me suspicious. So a few months ago, I caught him texting some girl that he works with, and it was flirty, and I thought it was inappropriate. And it was enough at the time to kind of make me lose my mind. And he swore up and down that nothing ever happened between them and that it was just texting. But, now finding this belly button ring, I'm wondering, if that was a lie. Because if this belly button ring isn't mine, then who the hell is it? And how did it end up in our bed? So I just need to know the truth, I guess.
May I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
Do belly button rings look different than nose rings and earrings?
Oh, for sure. A nose ring is, I actually have a nose ring, and I just wear a little stud, but some people can do a loop. But a belly button ring, it's like a bar, and this one has a little dangly, little kind of gem on the end. So yeah, it's very different.
Yeah, I mean, when you see a belly button ring, for sure. And yeah, and I've had so many belly button rings that have just fallen off in bed in general. So
Could it be yours?
No, it couldn't be mine. I was not with your man.
And it can't, Amanda, you have had a pierced belly button, yeah?
Yeah, 15 years ago. I haven't worn a belly button. I've had 3 kids. I don't wear a belly button with a little dangly pink gem on it.
Yeah. But how often do you flip your mattress? Has it been 15 years? Because everybody thinks they just did it last month, and it's always been years.
No. I mean, listen, I probably don't flip my mattress every, twice a year. But still...
It's also a piece of jewelry that you would recognize if it were your own.
You would, yeah.
Hey, do you have a belly button ring right now? I forget. And Kyle, you have one right now too?
I do.
Blows my mind every time.
I know.
I don't know.
If you knew about Kyle from before, she's a freak show.
If I don't put the belly button ring in, it just looks like stretched skin.
Before she got married, the stuff she would say on here, mind-boggling.
I think what blows my mind, Kyle, it's I just don't see you wearing a belly button ring. I don't know why, I just don't. It's kind of the same thing. I feel like if you see me with sweatpants on a hoodie on, you wouldn't know that I have a whole half sleeve. You know what I mean?
That's true.
That's the vibe I get.
Okay.
You know what? I was having lunch with a friend of mine. I was having lunch with a friend of mine yesterday. And he says to me, he goes, I was on Facebook, and he goes, and I saw a video from your feed. And after he described the video, it's not my feed. It's a John, Jay, and Rich listen to our show ad, listen to our podcast ad. And it's Kyle in a bikini jumping into my cold plunge.
That day was terrible.
It was a terrible day, but it was great. It's the biggest ad in the history of Facebook.
We've never had such an explosive
I don't even know how to find the ad, but I thought it'd be great if I could find that ad and see if you could see her belly button ring as she's jumping in there, because I've never noticed.
I don't know if I had put it back in there yet.
Oh, you take them in and out. I thought you leave them in.
Well, no. I had it in for a long time, and then I had kids, just like Amanda was talking about, and then didn't put it in for a really long time, and then I just hated the little hole that it left, because it's saggy skin from my skin stretching from having babies. So I thought maybe if I put it in, it kind of conceals it, and it does. So that's why I leave it in.
So I need to get a belly button ring to get rid of that saggy skin. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, Amanda, you have very good reason to find out if he's cheating.
Super shady.
Yeah. So you're okay then? You're totally fine. Us calling him up, asking him who he's going to send the roses to, and you just listen, and we find out who he does.
Okay. I'm nervous, but yeah.
Okay.
Bye, call, Joe.
All right. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
War of the Roses continues next with John, Jay, and Rich.
John, Jay, and Rich. We are like a whole vibe.
John, Jay, and Rich. We're in the middle of War of the Roses. It's a really interesting War of the Roses. Amanda's on the line. Her husband. And by the way, Amanda, what's your husband's name? Glenn. Well, I guess a long time ago was kind of flirting with a coworker. She called him out. She called him out, right? And he says it was nothing, whatever. So you believed him. Since then, your marriage has been fine. But when you were doing some spring cleaning, you were flipping the mattress, and you found a belly button ring. And now you're concerned.
Yeah.
Because you used to have one.
Definitely not mine.
Right. Okay. So we're going to call him and see who he sends flowers to. You ready, Kyle and Fug?
I'm ready.
Hello.
Good morning. Is Glenn available?
Yeah, this is Glenn.
Perfect. It's kind of your lucky day. So, Glenn, my name's Gracie. I'm with a new company. We're called J&R Flowers. Remember that? That's what this is all about. And we have a really cool social media campaign where you've been chosen to be a micro influencer for us, which basically just means you get to send our most romantic bouquet of flowers to whoever you want, anywhere you want, totally free. And all we kind of ask in return is that you help spread the word about J&R Flowers on whichever social media platform you use the most. So we get some marketing out of it, and you get to send someone special a dozen red roses. They come in a crystal vase. It is like a gorgeous, super thing. And like I said, it's totally free for you.
Totally free?
Well, because, I mean, we're getting some marketing out of it. You're helping spread the word. So, but I'm not going to charge you, not going to send you a bill. I won't chase you down for your credit card number or anything like that.
All right, great. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Thanks.
Yeah,
Cool.
for sure. It's like I said, it's a really cool opportunity. I don't really need any information from you other than like the message you want to write on the card. We send it out with like this little card. I always just tell people this is your chance to personalize it. It is a romantic bouquet, but if you're a little more sappy or if lovey-dovey or more flirty, this is where you can sort of shine in this gift that you'll be sending. So let me know the message that you want on it, and then I can get like name and address and tell you when they'll be sent out.
Awesome. Yeah. All right, let's go with you make everything feel exciting. Just know you're always on my mind.
Oh, you're always on my mind. Perfect. That's a really great message. Maybe the best one I've seen all day. Okay, so, and then do you want like a love Glenn, or what sort of salutation on that?
Yeah, love Glenn. That'd be great.
Perfect. Awesome. And then who did you want me to address this to?
Oh, easy. My wife, Amanda.
Amanda's going to love it.
Hey, Glenn, it's Amanda. Hi. I can't believe you were sending me flowers. That is so sweet.
Wait, let me jump in really quick. So just so it might sound confusing, that is your wife. And Glenn, you're on a radio show. You're on John, Jay, and Rich on War of the Roses.
Okay. Why? Amanda, what's going on?
Okay, so, this kind of backfired. Okay, I set this whole thing up. I am kind of shocked that you sent the flowers to me because I don't know. Well, it kind of sounded like for a second there you were going to maybe send them to someone else.
Wait, what? No, Amanda, of course not. They're always for you. What is going on here?
Okay, that is funny, Glenn, because, I was actually calling for a different reason, and, so basically, things just haven't been adding up to me about something, and I just need you to explain to me why I found a belly button ring in our bed.
A what?
A belly button ring, like right under the mattress when I was cleaning, and I was spring cleaning, and I flipped the mattress, Glenn, and I haven't had my belly button pierced in 15 years, so tell me, like, whose belly button ring is this? Because I don't know, things have been fishy.
I have no idea, Amanda. I swear, I have never cheated on you. I do not know where that belly button ring came from.
Right, okay. Well, this sounds a little like how you didn't know why you were texting that girl from work a few months ago, and that made me really upset.
Amanda, come on. She's just a friend. I swear to you, I have no idea where that belly button ring. What's a belly button ring? I don't know where that
came
from.
It's a little belly button ring with like a pink dangly chain thing on it. Oh my God! Wait a second.
What? Belly button ring.
Glenn. Okay, this is embarrassing. Remember when we went away a couple weekends ago and we left Casey at the house? Casey's our 17-year-old daughter, you guys.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
No.
She told me like a month ago that I completely forgot she has her belly button pierced, and she did tell me she lost the belly button ring.
Oh, my God, no. You've got to be kidding me.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God. Oh,
okay,
no.
well, Glenn, I'm really sorry.
Well,
But
Where's your brain going? What do you mean when you keep like? Where's your brain going?
That
my
I
brain?
mean, that means.
Well, that means she was in our
Yeah.
bed, so that's
Oh,
great.
God.
While we were out of town.
No, nope.
And there was enough activity that it got shook loose.
It doesn't need that much activity.
Oh, my
you can just
God.
be sleeping. Like, what, like, does she have a boyfriend she invites over or something? Like, why are you guys going straight there?
Better not. Oh my God, no.
Belly buttons fall off when you're just peacefully sleeping.
Okay,
so
well,
it
that's-
doesn't
that's
necessarily
some
have to
good
be
news.
like a lot of action.
But if on her bed.
No, because I already washed the sheets and I found a funky ass stain on the sheets.
No.
Oh, no.
Stop.
Ew.
Stop.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm with you, Glenn. I think you need to move.
I can't. I know.
Oh my God, this is so this is disgusting. I'm going to burn the mattress. I'm going to burn
Burn the house
bedding.
down.
Obviously, Glenn, we have a lot to talk to her about. This is
But Glenn's innocent.
I'm grabbing a lighter. Oh,
Right,
God.
but the daughter they think now is tearing it up in their bedroom.
I think I would rather think that my spouse is cheating than what's
Because
happening.
I would rather just think, oh, my daughter missed me so much she wanted to sleep in our bed while we were gone. The fact that they're going straight there means they know more.
Yeah.
about their
They
daughter.
probably know
obviously,
that their
there have
daughter.
been conversations, there have been stuff.
Yeah. I mean, because I think parents know. I mean, my mom knew the day after. I was like, "How did you know?" And I started crying.
The day after the
Trying
belly
to
button
be
pierce?
sneaky.
No.
Why do it in your parents' bed?
Right. It doesn't make sense.
You're saying you lost your virginity, your mom knew.
Yeah.
But they're not saying that she lost, I mean, that's
Like,
what
I'm
you're putting two
saying
and
that
two
they
together?
probably know that their daughter is having sex, is what I'm saying. So
Right.
now that's why
But
their
now
brain
I just
is
put the
going
ring
exactly
and then the thing
to
that
it.
they found in the sheets
Yes.
is that oh, okay.
Like, I can understand why they would think that their daughter's having sex in their bed while they were gone if they know their daughter's having sex,
Wow.
which she probably is.
Well,
You know
But
what's
why would you do that in your parents' bed?
what a total backfire.
Oh my God!
this has been.
I remember my parents got a time we tear it up in their bed all the time
Ew, I would never.
because that was like
Why?
that was like the VIP bedroom.
No.
that was the nicer bed. That was
you
the king.
do not
That
cross
was the king
those
size. That was a queen
boundaries.
size
Ew.
bed.
Ew.
Yeah.
I would never, because I'm sure my parents have done it in that bed, and that is gross.
Oh my
Your
gosh.
parents probably did in your bed.
Ew, they probably did.
Yeah.
I'm just playing.
This just went totally sideways.
Yeah,
did.
this really backfired for everybody involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Glenn, that you had to hear all that.
Sorry, Glenn.
We got to talk.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
listen, we want to thank you guys for going on the radio with us, man. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
All right. God bless. That's War of the Roses.
you.
A very different War of the Roses. One of those that you might think about all day today. It's John, Jay, and Rich.
Call us now. 877-937-1047. It's John, Jay, and Rich.
Okay, so I got to tell you something. Something happened, and I don't usually do this where I laugh at something that I did later on in the day. It's very Rich-like. No, where you laugh at something, Rich laughs at his own stuff. No. So
We all do.
Because I'm hilarious.
we were in this meeting yesterday that I set up. I set up the meeting. Let's just say there was 8 people in the meeting. I thought the meeting was at 10, but the meeting was at 10:30. I had to be somewhere at 11. I was going to work out. I had to work out at 11. And if I cancel the workout, it cost me $80, right? So I'm in the meeting, and I say right when the meeting starts, hey, I might have to leave a little early. And the people in the meeting are like, well, and I actually texted our boss who was in the meeting. Before the meeting, I said, hey, is it cool if I leave the meeting early? He goes, the meeting that you set up? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, I guess so. So I don't want to ever lie, right? I don't want to lie. I'm trying as much as I can never, ever, ever to lie. I want to tell the truth. So I didn't want to sit, but I also didn't want to say, hey, I got to go. You guys are in this meeting. I got to work out, right? It sounds kind of lame.
Mm-hmm.
So when it was time to get up, I got up and I go, all right, man, I got to go. And what's going on? And I said, long story. My wife's in New York. And I left. Those are true.
Yep.
Those are true statements, but have nothing to do with why I'm leaving the meeting. So I left the meeting. I left and I made it to my workout. And in the middle of the workout, I just started laughing. And then my trainer's like, what are you laughing at? And I go, and I do this whole, I explain everything to him. And I go, I didn't lie. I said, you literally I said 2 true statements and left. And it worked. And
You think it worked, but everyone there was probably like, what is his deal?
Right.
Yeah, our boss and I exchanged the raised eyebrows of like, okay. I thought it was funny too.
Good. Because I was just kind of like, I got a little tickle out of myself.
It wouldn't be the first time that you launched some sort of thing in a meeting and then walked out and were like, Rich will handle it.
This is classic John Jay.
As soon as I was done working out, I called Rich. I was like, hey, how's the rest of the meeting?
And did you even stay for any of it?
Just the first 5 minutes.
No, you were there. You were there for
How was the whole meeting?
The
meeting started at 10:30. I got
chunk.
to my appointment at 11. It's a 20-minute drive.
Oh, okay. I thought you were there for like at least half of the meeting.
Unless it ended right when at any rate. So I got to tell you something else. My son Jake, he's been coming home. He goes to the University of Arizona and he comes home lately just because he's got nothing going on, and he doesn't have classes on Friday, so he comes home Thursday. And last week he came home, and I remember Kyle brought up a party one time, a theme of, I think it was a charcuterie board party, right? And then Blake was like, oh my God, what a great idea. And then Blake had a charcuterie board party. So Jake had a big party at a friend's house. They went to an Airbnb and they had a party. And I thought the theme was so unique. I'd never heard of this theme before. Now, when I tell you guys this theme, maybe you're going to go, oh my God, yeah, we do this all the time. I'd never heard of this theme before. And I actually thought, I got to bring this up on the air because I bet Kyle would do this theme. So the theme is, you have a party, but you dress like you're going to the wrong party. It's like people are showing up in pajamas. People are showing up like they're at a wedding. People are showing up. So
is there like a certain theme that you have to avoid?
No.
Or
you just come. The party theme is you just showed up and you're dressed wrong.
Okay, like
Isn't that
some people
clever?
are like in formal wear.
Yes.
Some people are in costume.
Yeah. Yeah.
Funny.
I thought it was
like
very
80s
unique.
night just for no reason.
Yes.
I think that's
so
really
you
funny.
show up as a couple and you're dressed as 80s night. You show up a couple, you're in pajamas night.
That's fun. I like that.
And that leaves it open because you got something in your closet that's not going to fit
Totally.
a theme.
So
right?
Jake and his friend went like they were fishermen. And then I was like, I've never really heard of a fisherman party before.
That's
but
funny.
I'm not going to get into the argument with
You're
you.
not in that world.
Like, it's not like,
It's our own party.
Do people show up at a party with a fishing pole and hooks? I don't think so. But okay, I get it. Maybe it's a Halloween costume. But anyway, I thought it was just very, very different. And
You
very
could do
unique.
like fishermen for like a Bass Pro Shop party.
Yeah, that's how they dressed. Like
That
they
would
were worked at. They had the fisherman hat.
That's
and they had
awesome.
but I was like, that's not a. Yeah, you mean like a staff party?
Yeah.
Like you work at Bass Pro Shops and
Yeah.
like grabs a staff party.
Basically, what they did is they just said it's Halloween.
Yeah, but the great part
Dress
about
whatever
that
you
is
want.
like, yeah, you can dress up as
whatever you want.
anything.
Yeah.
As anything, and it was a very big hit. He said, and then he told me that they bought a keg. I was like, oh great. And I was like, good. Was there probably a lot of left over? He's like, no, there was none left over.
Oh,
I was like,
That's a
dang,
lot of
dude.
beer.
Dang, man, you guys know how to party. It's John, Jay, and Rich.
What are you looking for in a new smart TV? 4K picture quality, high quality and immersive sound, a sleek design? All of those are givens, but only the new Roku Pro Series has all of those and the Roku streaming experience, an award-winning OS. Get fast, easy access to all your apps like iHeart, where you can stream all your favorite music, radio, and podcasts all day, and regular all-inclusive trips to Roku City. The new Roku Pro Series, a smart TV built by the streaming pros.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
It's the John, Jay, and Rich radio program. 2 names, 4 hosts,
and a whole lot of fun.
It's John, Jay, and Rich.
So get this. The Jonas Brothers have announced a date for their upcoming 20th anniversary tour. I remember the conversation with the guy that handles the Jonas Brothers saying, there's this new band, they're brothers. Can you guys please interview them? And we're like, oh, dude. Do you remember that?
Very much so.
And we were like, oh, come on. He goes, they're brand new. Nobody cares. I remember we had just kind of started. We maybe been on the air a year or two. And I was like, dude, we're too new of a show to put on a band no one's ever heard of before. But we did it. And then we moved up to Phoenix. I was in Tucson. We moved to Phoenix. We had them in again right there in the corner. And then we've had them in out of all the artists, I think, that are in the world, I think we've done more things with the Jonas Brothers than any other artist. Would you agree?
Yeah, and we did a little concert with them in the parking lot of...
Oh, yeah, Tucson, Cherokee, Tucson.
Just on the back of a truck.
That was another time.
Yeah.
And then they did Fuson.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember Joe was hanging out here one time in our other office back there.
Then we did the marquee with the Jonas Brothers. That
Rub
was
it
a
in
really
my
big
face,
show.
why don't you? Keep on bringing it.
But here's the
Jeez.
thing that blows me away. They're going on tour. It's their 20th anniversary.
That doesn't make sense to me.
What the hell? That is crazy. Now, there's something even extra cool with this, and Kyle, it's about your husband.
Yeah, so I shared with you guys on their last tour. My husband does like radio and TV voiceovers. So he's like the guy on the news that tells you, you know, you have danger driving into work. Here's why. And he also has started doing a bunch of like concert tours. So he will audition if Beyonce is going on tour or whoever. And the last time the JoBros went on tour, he got hired to be the voice of the tour. And they ended up literally posting his voice on their social media.
Happiness is back. Jonas Brothers live in Vegas. For 5 exclusive summer nights you won't want to miss at Dolby Live at Park MGM.
That's him.
June 3rd.
So cool. And it was cool because like in the
10th,
post,
and 11th.
the JoBros are like pointing at the sound like, yeah, that's us. They were so excited that he was announcing the tour. So he got word that they were doing another tour and he had to audition for it. And they picked him again.
20 years of Jonas, living the dream tour. Performing Nick Solo and the administration, Joe and DNCE. And the Jonas Brothers, Kevin, Nick, and Joe. Together with Marshmello, the greatest celebration of Jonas ever in one incredible show. Get tickets this Friday at 10 a.m. at livenation.com.
That's my husband.
That's
So that commercial
cool.
is airing everywhere as they go on tour.
Every city that the tour stops in, he records a different commercial that says what city is in.
Oh,
and
really?
then, yeah.
That's so cool.
so awesome. Do your kids know how cool their parents are? This is amazing.
I don't think we're very cool, but that is a cool thing. And they do get excited about like the artists that they know.
Okay.
They didn't really care about like Bruce Springsteen.
Right.
Neat.
Makes sense.
You know what's interesting is I knew Nick went solo. I didn't know it was called Nick and the Administration. Is that the name?
Oh,
of it?
yeah, I didn't know that either.
I mean, I know DNCE.
Yeah.
Right? So that's kind of cool that they're going to play all those songs. And then it was like kind of Kevin really didn't do anything.
And it was like, and then Kevin.
He had a reality show.
Nick and the Administration. Joe and DNCE.
Nick's still here.
Kevin and his wife and kids from E
Poor
Entertainment.
Kevin. I love Kevin.
If chaos was a radio show, you're listening to it. It's John, Jay, and Rich.
I got a DM from Nicole, and she needs advice, and I find this so interesting. So I asked her to come on the air with us. Hi, Nicole.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm okay. I don't know how to feel about my situation with my husband, so hoping you guys can help.
So what is your situation? How can we help you, Nicole?
My husband's birthday was this past week, and for months he's been talking about the total lunar eclipse, the one that happened on Friday, the blood moon, and how he'd wanted to camp and see the eclipse under the stars. So I spent the past few months planning, getting tents and camping things. We have 3 kids, so making sure everything's ready for our trip. A couple weeks before the trip, we found out weather at our campsite wasn't going to allow us to see the eclipse, so I had to change the location. So then Wednesday, we leave to go on our camping trip. We get to our campsite, we set up, everything is great. You know, I have everything for his birthday, steaks and balloons, all that stuff. We get there, we camp the first night, it's great. The second day we wake up and it's really, really windy. And this is the day of the eclipse, so the eclipse is going to be that night. I spent the whole day trying to windproof our tent and put the guy lines in and stuff like that so that the wind doesn't blow everything away. And it was just a crazy day because it was windy and we weren't expecting that, so we didn't get to do the things we wanted to do. But we got to see the eclipse. My kids were asleep, of course, but me and my husband were laying out under the stars. We saw the eclipse. It was great. The next morning, which was actually his birthday, we woke up and he was like, well, I think we should head home because it was still windy and cold for us. So we pack everything up and we head back home towards Flagstaff, and all the highways are closed. So we had to stop and stay in a hotel in Prescott. It was his birthday. I still had his cake. And then Saturday, we wake up, the freeways are open, we come home. And at this point, I'm just exhausted, physically, emotionally, everything exhausted. So we're unpacking everything, and I just kind of keep to myself. I like to do puzzles. So I was in my room doing puzzles a lot over the weekend. And so Sunday night-ish, my husband starts acting really weird, like he's upset. And he said, I'm just a little, feeling a little sad. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry. And so the next morning he says, oh, I want to talk to you. And I said, okay, well, I got to go to work. So I left for work. We do the whole day. I come home from work. The kids are asleep. And he says that he is sad that I didn't do anything for his birthday. I didn't have balloons. I didn't make a huge deal out of it. And he's upset, even though I planned the camping trip. And so I don't really know how to feel about it because I was planning on doing a little cake and a few gifts today. But after his reaction and behavior on Monday, I don't really want to. So I was just wondering what you guys thought about the conversation.
I feel like you put in a lot of effort for his birthday. Planning a trip and especially packing everything for 3 kids for a normal trip outside of a camping trip is a lot of work. Your plans changed when you were going to go home. You still did a celebration in the hotel room. What more does he want?
I don't know. I make a big deal out of birthdays because I never celebrated birthdays when I was a kid. So I always make a big deal. And he was like, there was no balloons. He expected me to do another.
You're supposed to go somewhere in Prescott and find a balloon place?
Is he turning 7?
That's what I was going to ask. I'm like, how old is this man?
That's
Sounds
I'm
very childish.
Dude, we're almost 40. I don't understand. And he was like, well, when we got home, you could have done something. And I'm like, well, I was going to. But
he sounds
the fact
ungrateful
that you're
to me.
being
it's weird because
right,
you did this thing for his birthday.
Yeah. Right. Did
So
you
it's
forget
his
about that?
It's I'm doing my birthday's in September and I'm doing something in 2 weeks. And my wife's like, well, that can be your birthday present. I'm like, hell yeah.
Right.
So when it comes to my birthday, I'll be like, oh, yeah, you did that thing a few months ago. I don't understand.
So you had said that you go big on birthdays because you didn't really celebrate them as a kid. How was his birthdays growing up?
I mean, they had parties. It wasn't a huge deal, but the normal kids' birthday parties.
Does he usually go all out
and
for your
mostly
birthdays?
I go all out for the kids. I make little T-shirts for their birthday parties. I do go all out, but these are for the kids. For him, I normally have little decorations and stuff.
But you did go all out.
Right?
You
Yeah.
did a trip. I feel like we're
trip.
missing something. Can we call him?
I don't know. He'll probably get upset, but sure.
He's already upset.
Well, we don't want to make him
Yeah,
upset because
we
they don't
don't
want
wanna
to
make
fall
it
back on
worse.
you.
But I feel like, are we
Right.
missing something?
I know, but
she's
that's why I asked, does he usually go all out for your birthday and he feels like somehow that wasn't reciprocated because on the actual day
But plans changed. It was windy. It was cloudy.
What I'm saying is I'm trying to give him the benefit out. I'm trying to see his point of it.
But
So if
you know how-
he usually goes all out and does something like, we're going for a trip, but then on your actual day, it's a big deal to him for some reason.
Then you
Maybe
plan it on
that's
that
what we would
day.
be missing.
He's like, we didn't get T-shirts.
You know how we do second
I
update?
know, I
Are you
don't
leaving
know.
something out? And they usually are leaving something out. It doesn't make sense. If we call him, is he going to be like, oh yeah, she brought her boyfriend with her? You know what I mean? What are we missing?
Exactly. My other husband. No, this is the entire story. He was very upset that I didn't do something when we came back since the day of his birthday. It was so hectic with the storm and everything.
Is there another occasion?
I was going to do.
Maybe he thought it's for another occasion that weekend that you planned. It's not for his birthday, although you had balloons. I know. I'm trying to understand.
Did you ever yell?
I'm trying to. That's what I'm saying. We're missing something.
I don't think we're missing anything. I think he just sounds very ungrateful.
Yeah.
I
Has he
think
been
that's what it
ungrateful
is.
your whole marriage? Is this the first time something like this has happened?
I mean, this, I've done this much work, and he just doesn't seem like he was like, oh, I appreciate that you did the camping trip, but why didn't you do these other things? I don't know.
I don't like his attitude.
Sheesh.
Unless you guys had a big fight and you're like, I am never taking this family anywhere ever again. And then he's feeling a little certain way about that. Did that fight happen?
No.
Oh.
No. I mean,
okay, then.
even in the trip, even when everything was stressful, he's like, we're having an adventure. And, that's what he's telling the kids. He was never, upset or never seemed upset about the situation. He seemed very happy when I brought the cake I had out at the hotel.
You should be upset that you don't have balloons. Like, stop it.
But hold on. If you step back for a second, there's a lot of good things that happen in the story as far as your relationship goes. He's like, hey, can I talk to you? Like his forget what the context was. The fact that he was like, I have a problem. Can I bring it up to you? That's a big step. That's communication.
Yeah.
That's like, hey, I have an issue. You didn't do something for my birthday. So I feel like we're missing something. So if you would mind, I think we should call him. And we'll try to be very gentle and ask his opinion, unless you don't feel comfortable with it.
We can call him. We could totally call him. But I don't know how to feel. And I'm kind of upset, but I don't want to be upset with him.
You're not
right
going to
now.
do anything for him. You're like, I already did what I was going to do for you, and you didn't appreciate that, so why would I do more?
Yeah.
So I think we got to approach it like in the interest of like healthy communication.
Totally. What's his name, Nicole?
David.
David.
Happy birthday, David.
Hey, does he know you listen to our show?
He does.
Hello.
David.
Yeah.
Hey, it's John, Jay, and Rich, the radio show.
Okay.
Can we talk to you for a second on the radio?
Sure.
Okay. Do we wake you up?
Kind of. Who's talking to you right now?
This is John Jay right now, but you have Rich, Kyle, Peyton. We're all here.
Hi.
Okay. Hi.
Okay. Hey, happy birthday. Your birthday was Friday, right?
Happy late birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so you guys went out and looked at the whole lunar eclipse. That was awesome, I heard.
We did. It was great.
Yeah, so your wife called us. She loves you. She thinks you're amazing.
Okay.
And she was telling us about the camping trip and what she put together for your birthday. And by the way, she told us how you said, hey, can I talk to you? You wanted to talk to her about something. You were a little let down about her birthday, right? About the birthday surprise she had for you, or the present.
Okay.
Okay, am I right?
Yeah.
I give you mad props for saying to your wife, can we talk about something? I think that's a big step for guys. So that's some great leadership and being very vulnerable, in my opinion. So congratulations.
Okay.
Okay. So here's where I'm going. She called us for advice because she said you were unhappy about the birthday. And I feel like we're missing something. So I was hoping we can get your point of view of why you were upset about the birthday or irritated.
I'd rather not really get into that on the radio.
Oh. Are we missing something?
Like I said, I'm not getting into that on the radio.
Okay. Well, Nicole is with us. Nicole, do you want to say hi to your husband?
Hi, David. How are you?
Hi.
I just really don't I don't know what to think or what to do about the situation because I'm just I feel like I did so much work and you didn't appreciate the work I did for your birthday, and I just don't know how to feel about it.
Okay. Well, let's talk about that.
I told them the story. I told them about the trip and how we had to leave early. It was windy. A lot of stuff went wrong. We stuck in Prescott. And then we came home and I was keeping to myself because I was tired. And then you said that you were bothered that I didn't do an extra thing for you when we got home. I should have had streamers or balloons or T-shirts like I do for the kids. But I feel like I did the whole camping trip, and I don't understand how it could be why didn't you do more?
Come home and let's talk about it.
Can't you talk about it right here, right now, so we can give our audience can get closure?
No, I'd rather not.
What if we give you free tickets to see the new movie Snow White?
No, thanks.
No, you can take your kids.
Like a date night. You could do it together for your birthday celebration.
Okay. I got to run, but thanks, guys. Let's talk at home, babe.
Oh, he hung up.
Oh, man, Nicole. How long you guys been married?
12 years.
Is he a nice guy?
He is. He's a great guy. He's not a bad husband. This whole situation is just a lot, and I don't know. Now I'm like, probably just made it worse.
No, I don't know about that.
No, it's okay.
I don't know about that. But you know what? It sounds like you both are tired. And we all know from getting up super early that if you have a lot of sleep and you're well rested, that wouldn't bother you at all. Go completely, like 7.5 Richter scale on the earthquake when you're tired. So he might just be overtired and emotional. and feeling a certain way, that once you guys get asleep and maybe go get some food and hang out a little bit, he'll probably be fine.
Also, maybe he was a little caught off guard. You know what I mean? And sometimes people have this stigma of, out on the radio, everyone's going to know it's me. But it's kind of like you were calling us as a neutral party to get advice because you really didn't want to be irrational about it. You wanted to make sure that your feelings were sort of justified. And so I think maybe if he's upset about the whole talking to you on the radio thing, I would just explain it I was just trying to get third party advice because I really am confused about this and didn't want to unnecessarily be upset with you if you were upset with me.
Okay.
If there's anything we can do to make it better, just let us know.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much.
So sorry. Call us back and let us know what happened.
Okay. Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Broadcasting live across the world right now. This is the John Jay and Rich radio program.
Hello, iHeart listener. We have a confession to make. Both iHeart and this commercial you're listening to right now would probably sound a heck of a lot better on the new Roku Pro Series TV. It's got side-firing speakers that fill your room with sound, Dolby Atmos audio that puts you right in the middle of the entertainment, and the ability to pair seamlessly with your home theater sound systems that already have surround sound and booming bass. If all that sounds too good to be true, it'll sound even better on the new Roku Pro Series. Your hearing isn't better, your TV is.